Sunday. Pretty soon it'll be football Sunday. Then I won't want to stream. Actually, that's not true. I just record them and then watch them later. How are you? We are having a wonderful itty bitty taste of fall. It's been delightful because up until now it's been really awful, really horrid hot weather. And last Thursday was like the hottest day of the year, and with the heat index close to 110. So it was really bad. And a big storm went through and hit all around us and didn't hit us. Thank goodness. We could have used the rain, but we did not need the wind and all the trees being knocked down that happened in other places. So I am thankful that we didn't get that. So anyway, we have a little bit of a reprieve. I don't know how long it'll last, and I don't know if I'm going to do anything about it anyway. My life is a bunch of loose threads right now, and I don't know which one to pull and tie and go on at this point. So what I'm going to be working on today, the state fair is officially over at 6 o'clock tonight. Tomorrow I will go get my stuff that I put into it. I did go to the state fair yesterday. I know, I was going to say what I was working on and I got sidetracked. But let's talk about this. I went to the state fair yesterday for the second time. The first Saturday, a week ago, I was not able to get to where they have the textile department and where my skeins of yarn were. And so I didn't know, right? I didn't go check. This time, that was one of the goals. There were just other priorities and that sort of thing. So I got there yesterday. And again, it's, every year I say this. Why do I do this? Why do I do this? This will be my last year to do it. Veggie! Hi! So anyway, evidently the best thing I know how to do is dye fiber, because I did get a blue ribbon, first place, for my dyed fiber in the fair. All my other yarn skeins were seconds or thirds, and that's what really blows my mind, is I cannot get a first place on a skein of yarn that I spin for years, ever. And I can't look at the skeins that win because they're behind glass. They're on a display shelf behind glass, and so I can look at them, but I can't, physically assess why they got the first and I got the second and that sort of thing. But there's other reasons I'm thinking about possibly not doing this anymore. And one is I like volunteering in the textile department at the fair, and you are not supposed to be entering things if you volunteer to help in the textile department. And they're needing the help. And I'm retired, and I think that I'm going to try and see if I can make that something that happens from now on, which means that no, I won't be putting anything in the fair unless I bake blueberry muffins or something. It can't be anything textile. I don't know. I'm going to think about it, because I was looking at some of the other categories and they look fun. Pin cushions was a really interesting category. People are very creative, and I don't know if I could challenge myself enough to be that creative or not. What was another oddball one? They have all sorts of sewn stuffed toys and dolls, and there is a category that I could enter and still work in the textile, and that is antiques. So I have a few things that I might be willing to put into that and put in display. It depends on whether it would fit the category or not. We walked around and looked at a lot of that, and I'm thinking, this is a possibility. Not so much. It isn't really about winning the ribbons, truthfully, even though I fuss about it every year because I can't get a first place for a skein of yarn. But it really is about the cost to get into the fair. If you put something into the fair, you can buy tickets for entry for $4, and that $4 per person. Whereas if you go to the state fair and and that includes parking, right? So if you go to the state fair and you just drive there and you drive in, it's close to $12 a person and $10 on top of that for parking. So it's worth putting something in the fair. But I don't know if I want to do yarn anymore. So I have two choices. I can go completely out of the textile department. Hubby and I could make beer again. We've done that. We could make wine again. We've done that. There's all sorts of categories we've tried over the years. And, like I said, maybe the antiques. The textile department still has some areas that is not yarn. And the pincushion was one. Christmas ornaments, lots of quilting and that sort of thing, of course. Not my forte, but that's one of the bigger categories in the textile department. Weaving, just almost you name it, they probably is a category for it. So I have a year to decide. I always get state fair fever, but really, truly, it's those cheap tickets, because then we go to the free concert. We went to 2 concerts the last 10 days that were free and reasonably good. They're not super headliners, but that's all right. Live music is live music. There is something about a live concert that is just, I don't know, that concert loudness and drum and all that hits a very primal part inside of you somewhere, right? And it kind of sticks around with you for a little bit, gives you some primal energy as opposed to, earth energies or vitamins or whatever. It's unique. So I do like live concerts, and sometimes they have pretty good ones. Hubby and I have seen a couple singers groups that we like at the fair, so it just depends. This year was kind of skimpy on ones that we like, but we went twice. Anyway, the fair is officially over. I'm going tomorrow to pick up my stuff. I'll get my fiber back, which matches some of that fiber that's back there, that blue, and I have been so anxious to spin that, but I've been waiting till I get all my fiber back. I am not going to be spinning today, though. What I need to do is, in 3 weeks, on the weekend, I am going to be sharing a booth with another fiber seller, and I am not going to sell fiber, but I'm going to sell my handspun yarn. So starting today, I have already pulled out what I'm considering selling. This would be the second look at, let me decide, but most of all, it would be, okay, this skein's been stored a long time, let me reskein this. It's going to be a lot of reskeining yarns, tying them up nice, putting a label on them, putting a price on them, and that getting them ready. And I'm anticipating that it's going to take me a week and a half to do this, but I may not do it on stream all the time. I may just do it, but I am going to get started on that. To begin, though, I've got a couple skeins of yarn to make. Let's see, today's the 27th. Let me make my notes here. Sunday. So, let me switch cameras here. There is my first one that I'm going to skein off. See how this camera looks. So I had my Starbucks coffee today. I'm a happy camper. We had to run, and I shouldn't have switched off yet. We had to run in and look at a washer that we're considering, a used washer that we're considering buying, and we had to go look at it. So anyway, we did that this morning, and then I'm running behind, right? But I got myself a Starbucks as a treat. It's caramel macchiato, and you know, I am so sorry that it lost the race to pumpkin spice for the fall drink. I think it's a perfect fall drink, and I hate pumpkin spice. So, there, I've said it. All right, let me turn this around because I want my feet to be able to go underneath it. And if I can turn this camera a little bit, look right there beside it. Yeah, it's overrated. Good. Let's put a pressure on Starbucks to make caramel macchiato the fall drink. This is the tub that I have full. That is yarn that I'm considering selling. I'm impressed that I am willing to part with this much yarn. I haven't done it yet. I haven't sold it yet. It hasn't actually, it's going to go on display in a couple weeks at a booth. So we'll see. But it's a start. And I think it was probably about half. Now, I have to remember what this is. Let's see. The white is... Oh, this is leftover merino. Okay, this is merino. All right. You know, I need to take notes here, too. I think I'm going to have to... Because I'm not sure these especially are going to go. Alright, let me turn this back. All you're going to do is watch the little bobbin go around. Because I am going to be winding it off and counting. Hope I have enough room here. I can go back a little bit too. It's probably going to make a lot of noise. At 25, I am going to take a reps per inch. Which one do I want here? Let's use this. 44. Huh. That's 88 yards. That's more than I expected, actually. Alright. Let's cut that off. Now this one I already know I'm not going to sell. I have a container of white yarns that I'm going to dye. Do various different ways of dyeing. So this one is going to go. Plus there are 2 joins in this skein because of using leftover bobbins that I was using for a cabled yarn I was making, I think. I don't know. Anyway, I had leftover bobbins, so there's 2 joins in here. So this goes to the dye box. Bobbing noises. Yeah. Wait, I got a big one. I got a big bobbin coming next. Wait, I have to tie this one, but this is what we're going to do next. Big bobbin. That's my Aura bobbin. Okay, I need my tie thread. There we go. Scissors. I didn't come prepared to work here, did I? Also, these that I'm doing right now are not washed. Even if I want to sell them, they're going to have to be finalized after I wash everything. So we're going to get to that when we get to the tub. Then I'm going to have to set up my skein winder or whatever it is. It's a skein winder, but it's a skein unwinder too. It's what you put a skein on to make it into a ball or whatever. I put this off too long. I was getting stuff ready for the state fair. Before that, I thought, oh, I got 6 months to do this. Right. I'm talking about the booth. Alright, let me label this. Those of you who have watched me do this before know about my Tyvek bands. These are the bands that they put on you when you go to events, right? That you have to cut off, right? You can never get off. Turns out, what's really wonderful about these is I can write on them in ink and it doesn't run. I can therefore stick the yarn with its data already on it in the bushwater. I don't have to unlabel it and then wonder what everything is. Right, this is merino. Leftovers. I put leftover bobbins. 2-ply, 88 yards, 2023. To be dyed. It's kind of nice to have my workroom back here and streaming room. It was my cat Twitch was living in it after her spay surgery, so I just let her go back outside today. So she is happy again. She's an outside porch cat. She loves being outside. And I'm happy because now the little boys won't come and make her pregnant. So everybody's happy. All right. This is a 2-ply grand accumulation of many fibers, but this bobbin is this tail end gray is Romney, and the dyed, which will change colors, it's yellow, but it'll go through, as you can see, different colors, is Polworth. Wait a minute, let me get this right. Which is which? Which is, one's Polworth and one is Blueface Leicester. I want to get them right. Where's my notes? Okay, the Blueface Leicester is going to be green, and it's further in on this bobbin. So this is Polworth. The multicolor is Polworth throughout the entire, how many ever yards I get of it. All right. Oops. All right. This is going to take a while. my reps per inch here. Oop, oop, oop. 90. Okay, that's 100 times around, that's 200 yards. And Holly, hello, hello, and welcome. Okay, you can lurk while you stitch, and thank you for all the bunny stickers, and I missed them. Oh, I was counting. Alright. So that is, and then Romney, Bulworth. No, Blueface Lester, Bulworth. This is 200 yards. And it needs washed. I hate cutting them, but it really is. I don't want to make great big skeins. I don't really know how I'm going to sell this or not. I have one. There it goes. Okay. Hey, thank you. I didn't know we could put more than one on at a time. Look at that. Yes, you can. And then they go away. Thank you. I'm not talking too much, Holly. So you're lurking and watching. You're doing something else, and all you're going to be hearing is the music. So I hope you enjoy it. I don't. I'll talk in between, but while I'm counting, I won't be talking. What you stitching, if you have time to let me know. I went to the state fair. I was talking about it at the beginning of stream before I went to the work camera, and saw amazing quilts, just amazing quilts. And then I actually didn't get to see the cross stitch. Usually there's a lot of really beautiful cross stitch too, but I didn't really get to see that this time. All right, I need to make a label. Guitar Nut, how are you? Thought of you the other day, talking to my friend. She's been doing a whole bunch with her Inkle loom, which is what you were talking about, but it is very similar to card weaving. So I told her, that you were looking for one, and not you specifically, I was just talking about somebody online, and that I had suggested the card weaving, and she said and she told me a couple things that she made with the cards, and she said what she really liked was she did set up, I forget, oh, she made shoelaces, and it was like 4 or 6 stitches wide, and she set that up so that it was right beside her TV watching chair, or she can put her pad up and watch videos. And she said that was mindless, right? She didn't even have to follow a pattern or anything. And she made shoelaces. Are you out of ads now? I'll tell you again. Holly says, okay, hang on just a minute, I'll update you. Holly says you've been stitching some table toppers for the upcoming bazaar. Oh, cool. Like, are they theme related, Christmas? And I love those. That's so cool. Okay. What I was talking about was I went to visit my fiber friend, and no, I called her on the phone. I didn't go. I called her on the phone, and I was she was talking. I asked her what she was doing. She said, "Oh, I've been doing a whole bunch with my ankle loom." And I said, "Yeah, I was talking about somebody online about they wanted that," and I said, "Try the cards, you know." And she said, "I know." She said, "I did that too." And what she did was she hooked them up so that the cards were right beside her easy chair, comfy chair, or TV watching chair, or whatever, right? And she did a very simple 4 or 6 stitch pattern that she didn't really have to pay attention to, and she made shoelaces. And I guess you can actually buy the little end things for it. So that's what I was talking about. I thought you'd be interested in the idea of shoelaces. That's a nice skein of yarn. You know, one of my problems is, one of the reasons I think about selling, even though this particular one is, I gotta wash it. I may or may not. Its next step is to get washed. I don't know exactly what to make with this. I guess what I see is a really nice deep brown for the bulk of a sweater or vest, and this being the trim, right? Yoke work, maybe sleeves or whatever. So there's 200 of it, and I got lots more. I got a lot of this. You need to pull. Yeah, that you're gonna make shoelaces too. I didn't know you had one. Okay. All right, I'm going quiet here a minute for a little bit while I count this next skein. Once I get to, unless I reskein these, I won't be counting. I will say it is definitely interesting to see how much they change after you wash them. And of course, I counted all of mine in this thing beside me. I counted all of those before washing. So, yeah. You'll fix it. All right, that's 2. 3. 4. 6. working against myself here somehow. Hi, Mass Bandit. Eventually, shoelaces mostly practice right now. Then the ukulele, guitar, yoga straps. That's right. Yeah. I'm doing good, Mass Bandit. How are you doing today? Veggie cut, a pokey. All right. 51. How about that? 75 times. And you know what? I need to do... That's 150 yards. I need to do... Mark this as skein 1. I had everything on there, but... Well, I guess I'll just cut this. Is Dee's a national chain like Hobby Lobby? We have a Dee's in Louisville that is going out of business. I didn't know if that was a national chain or if that was a local business. They called it a retirement sale, which makes me think that maybe it is just a local business owner. It's been around forever. So it's like, oh, when my absolute favorite BEARS fabric went out of business. Just like, oh, it was so special because it was so different. And this had a taste of that. It wasn't your necessarily, it was as like you go in every Hobby Lobby and you see the same stuff, right? So, let me see what Google has to say about this. I don't know if yeah, a staple for more than 50 years, Dee's is closing. Oh, this was in the newspaper. Oh, we can almost hear the united gasp of dismay as Louisville learns the news that Dee's is closing for good. A staple for the Kentucky Derby hats and decor, seasonal home trimmings, craft supplies, and more. The store has been in business for more than a half a century. Dee's Louisville is part of the fabric of the community, which makes it hard to believe that the owners have decided to close the doors. It's with mixed emotion that after 52 years in business, we announce our retirement and closing. So it must be a local. We are planning to spend more time with our children and grandchildren, especially during holidays, travel more, spend time with friends, and maybe even enjoy some Derby Festival. I don't blame them, but sad. I have sad. Alright, I need a label on this. I saw it today. I didn't have time to go in. I'm not 100% sure they're open on Sundays anyway, but, you know, I don't know. Store closing sales make me too sad to pick through stuff. Alright, so this is, Polworth. Blue-faced Leicester. Let's see here. I want skein 2 on this. And what was the name of the Polworth? I don't really have that on here. I can't remember what the name of that was. Let me look in Ravelry real quick. I think I'll put it in there. It's just fun. can't remember who did that. Faceless. Alright, the Woolworth is Sassy Bee. I don't know what they call it. Oh, gold medal. Okay. Gold medal. Okay, now I have it all identified. That's good. Okay, we have more of this. Another Roberta bombing, which will probably be about 60, 70 yards. This is the last that is it? I think this is the last of what I have to take off of bobbins. That's empty. I don't see any others. Okay, this is the last one off of a bobbin. I lost count. 2, 4. I also got this wrapped wrong. Alright, I'm not paying attention, I guess. Start over here. That may have been a mistake, I don't know. Oh, shouldn't have done that. All right. You can't see what I'm doing. There you go. I'll fess. I made a mess. I'll fess to the mess. Darna, got it. Trying to think what else I saw at the fair. Of course, we ate just yesterday. We didn't eat the other Saturday I went, except for lemonade, because I was thirsty. Fair food's so expensive. But I had a corn dog because I love corn dogs. Alright, there, that's all fixed. Okay. Uh-oh, there's my join. Oops. Yep. Came apart. I try joining by just overlapping, and sometimes it just doesn't work. Most times it does, but I didn't get this one real good. That is 70 wraps. I called that pretty good. I must confess though, I said yards. That's going to be 140 yards. But I was going by what I know my Roberta bobbins hold. Supplied yarn. All right. Skein 3, and I said 70. It's 140 yards. This is Polworth and Blueface Leicester, and this is just Polworth and Merino. That is the most bizarre spinning as far as having one big bobbin and finding things to ply with it. Because I finally decided I probably had I probably had 8 ounces of the Gold Crown. Let me see if my notebook says that. Let's see, that was Polworth. Sassy Bee. Even if I have it marked as 4, I think I had I didn't put it on the thing. I still think I had 8 ounces of it, even though I can't prove it. I ended up with so much more. What? Audio ads? What do you mean? Veggie. My ads all have audio on when I go on Twitch. Well, Veggie, you probably have a lot of, I don't know, if you have subscriptions, you don't get ads. So maybe the people you're going to, you have subscription to. Like Snoring Cat, That's why I buy Snoring Cats. I buy a subscription to Snoring Cat. Besides, I like to support her. She's the mama of us all. Was it like a sidebar ad but with audio? That is new. I've had ones underneath, but not while I was watching a stream. That's, that'll tell you. Yeah, they gotta earn their money, but did it last long? Was it just one? That's interesting. I'll watch for that now as I'm viewing. Whoops, I didn't tie these together. It was like 3 of them. You're not sub to a lot of people. Yeah, I know. I mean, I'm not either, but I also Twitch hop, and go to ones that I don't normally watch all the time, kind of thing. And I'm not going to sub to those. Um, there are a few that I watch more than others, and yeah, I wish it was. It's a necessary evil, unfortunately. We get like a quarter of a penny when you all go to the ads. I mean, I think my uh, one time my uh, revenue from ads was 8 cents. Crazy. All right, I need to. Where's my other? Okay. 70. This is 140 yards. To apply. 2023. Okay. Maractus. What was I gonna do here? Oh. All right. That's the end of what was on bobbins. So now I got to do a setup for my skeins. These, as far as I know, have been washed. Wish I knew what I did with my notebook. I got a wild hair and I cleaned up the room because I had my little kitty in here for a couple days while she recovered from her spay surgery. she's back outside, and I don't know where I put things when I cleaned up. These are my labels. I have to figure it's in this box down here. Nope. Oh no, this is my rare breed. Guess I left it out on the table. Oh well, I'll just make scrap notes until I find and transfer it. Got a lot of scrap paper here. Okay. Don't need this. Okay, I'm gonna have to, I'll be right back. I gotta get up and get something. You guys hear that groan as I sat down? I'll tell you, yesterday was kind of hard on me. We really walked a lot. All right, let's see here. Oh, let's go back to the, sorry about that. I'm yakking at you, not here. All right. Get this. I don't. The thing that's holding my camera is just doing really weird things. There, I tightened it a little. That might be better. Yeah. I had to tighten the nut that was holding it. Okay, that's better. Now this, what do you call it, skein winder, it's not my favorite. But I had it out when I really couldn't do my other one. Is this gonna, yeah, it's gonna clear. So, since it's out, okay. I also have to remember which way I want to wind because it unthreads it moves the hex nut up, which it's supposed to do, but you don't want to tighten it, right? You can go the other way, but it tightens. So, we have to go clockwise. I always have to remember that. And I do like, the thing I do like about this one, My daughter bought me this one, and it's made by a woodworker friend or whatever. Is I can put these pegs into whatever holes I want for the size of the skein. Some of the holes are... So, I usually start with 2 and then put the skein on it to see where I have to tighten it. Alright. It's kind of wobbly. That's the other thing I don't like about it. It's a little... I need to go. Okay. Alright. See how messy the skein is? I don't know if I can get it. It's because I do it in skeins and then wash it, right? That's why it looks so messy. So this is where I'm having all this extra work because I want to sell it. What did I do with my scissors? Huh. Well, I don't really know. Oh, there they are. Okay. I also am going to tie this with a thicker thread because I am going to be hanging it by the tie thread to a hook. For some of them anyway. Not, I don't know what will get 100% displayed and what will get put in baskets or something like that. Alright, let's see if I can get this on. And the answer is no. I don't remember doing this in 1 yard. I can't believe it shrank that much from the 2 yard. But maybe I did it in 1 yards. The rate this has taken me, I'm going to be streaming non-stop for the next 2 weeks. There. That works. And sometimes when you have to go counterclockwise, the skein, I end up flipping the skein because the skein is wound the other way, if that makes sense. Oh no. So, like I said, this is gonna work. This one is going right. I just have to get the other end buried a little bit so it doesn't interfere. Now, I'm gonna make a 2 yard skein. More stream time. That's what he wrote. Oh no. Yeah. I was joking about it, but I wasn't seriously thinking about it. Alright. Now you get to watch it go round. And I get to count. Alright, I'm going to do a wraps per inch count here. Okay, that's actually 16 wraps per inch. This is wool bamboo, by the way. Aww. They do that. They get away. Right, where am I here? This was 25. Thank you. I love the color. Purple. Yeah. Six. Okay, that's 75. Now I gotta make a decision here. It had crafty in the name. I needed it. Oh, it does. Oh, how cute. I didn't know that. Alright. This says 216 yards. And this says 239 yards. So we got 400 and 450 divided by 2 is 2 1/4. I don't know. 2 1/4. Half 2 skeins. Each would be 2 1/4. Or 3 skeins. Would be 130 yards. When I have to come up with these parameters, you know, when I have multiple skeins out of a single braid so that they match, sort of match, and would be used together in the project, I should sell them together. I only want to do a certain number of over 400 or 500 yard big things, because it's going to be $40-50 to buy all that yarn, right? And I think that what I have to figure out as I go along here is how many of those big big 400 or 500 yards of yarn do I have. Maybe I'll take a look, sort through real quick after I do this. So in the meantime, I'm going to make each of these skeins into one, so I'll have 2 skeins. So that was 75. 76. 77. 78. 86, 87, 88, 89, 90, 91, 2, 3, 5, Okay. 122. So I got uh, 239 on my first and 244 this time. I am going to say 240 yards, and I can guarantee that there's 240 there, I would think. Anyway, so the other one said 240 something. No, 216. It's going to be less. All right. What I'm thinking of doing is tagging each one with information, but tagging the two together with the sales, the actual sales thing. I think my coffee is like gone. That last sip was iced coffee, and I didn't bring any water in with me. How am I doing here? Oh my gosh, it's almost 2 hours. All right. Oops. This stuff wants to tie itself to itself. Pretty bad. Oh, you got kitty. I don't know how I'm going to keep these nice. I guess I should wrap them up, roll them into themselves like they do with skeins. Lost the black yarn down here. I have some bulky that it's not gonna, it'll take up too much room hanging from my hanging rack, probably. to see how I want to tag these too. Hardly left enough to make a bow here. Okay, that looks pretty good, except for that right there. I'll stick it up. Alright. What do I have for tags here? Poke a hole in these. I also don't know what I did with really don't think I want to label the information on here. I think I just want the sale on these. So, to decide. Unless I use half a one. Could use a half a one. Oh well. It's not going to be perfect. Whatever. I think I am going to have to get my stash of where I put things, pieces of fiber with the name of the Unless I could just... Oh, this was Painted Tiger, I think. No, that's Blue-Faced Lester. Looks like it, though. My Ravelry is failing me here. Yep, unfortunately. Alright. We have reached kind of a screeching halt here. Because, okay, it's wool bamboo, but I didn't write down percentage. Percentage is going to be on the tag from the vendor. And the tags from the vendor with a little bit of the fiber is stuck away in a box that I keep that all the time because I'm required to have it when I submit to the state fair, submit a skein. So I am going to have to dig for something like that in order to get the percentage, and then I will continue on. I made very little progress today. I probably won't be doing this on stream because if I work on it consistently off stream between now and when I finally do the booth, I'm going to want some spinning time on stream. So, thank you, Holly, for the stickers again, and I'm glad you're enjoying them. I'm enjoying them too. I am going to say goodbye. A little bit early, but like I said, what I need to do, I can't do without going and riffling through some of the stuff again. I'll be back Wednesday evening, excuse me. And I'm hoping I'll be spinning because I think I'll need it by then. So you all have a great start to the week. I'll see you on Hump Day. We'll get through that. It'll be Wednesday evening, 7 p.m. And I'm only streaming twice a week now for a while. And so it's this and Wednesday evenings. So I will see you then. Take care. Bye. Mass Bandit, May, and everybody that's had hanging out and lurking. I appreciate you. Bye.